So, whether you're here to shake it on the dance floor or grab some insider tips on how to make your plate as vibrant as your Zumba session, you're in for a treat. Let's give a warm and rhythmic welcome to the powerhouse of fitness and nutrition, the one who turns workouts into parties and meals into masterpieces, Eliza Stone. Let's get ready to Zumba and nourish our way to a healthier, happier us.
So we're going to talk about food and emotions, and this has been part of my life for as long as I can remember. I became a nutritionist over 25 years ago. I come from a very big family. 3 of my siblings are medical doctors. Another one of my sisters, she owns a gym in Mexico. So I started training people when I was only 15 years old. So fitness took me to study nutrition, and then that took me to study psychology and hypnotherapy. So my purpose for this session is that you guys gotta get a better understanding if you are an emotional eater or not, and what to do about it. Next slide. So I already said we're gonna talk about how our emotions affect our food choices and why this can actually affect your life. Next slide. So the purpose of this session is what are the different emotions that human beings experience, how they can affect our overall health and our choices, because we try to lose weight over and over and you get disappointed because diets don't work. Actually, diets don't work, and we're going to talk about that. Yes. And I tell you, I'm a nutritionist. Diets do not work most of the time. And I'm going to get to that point in a few minutes. How stress can be very bad for your overall well-being. Understanding this can give you freedom to have better choices. And obviously, identify if you are an emotional eater. And guess what? Over 25 years of experience having patients from different countries, different ages, different fitness backgrounds, with different diseases, I can tell you, honestly, from my point of view, with all the years that I experienced this, most of the people that I see are emotional eaters. Many of them, they eat their emotions. So understanding this can give you willpower to change your life and your overall health. And obviously what to do. Some tips based on research, based on the things that I've seen, based on the results that I've been getting throughout the years with my patients and people that I coach on a regular basis. So next slide, let's get started. So what's an emotion? An emotion can be feelings such as happiness, love, fear, anger. Emotions are considered the automatic response of our unconscious body reactions to stimuli, while feelings are the conscious, subjective, and mental interpretations we make of those physical changes. Emotions are thought to be universal, experienced by all people in the same way. So all of us, regardless of your age, your skin color, your size, where you were born, we all experience different emotions. But emotions come first from our thoughts. And just think about this. Are your thoughts most of the time are positive or negative? How do you talk to yourself on a regular basis? Once you get more conscious about this, then everything can start changing, because you can actually change your thoughts. As they say, change your thoughts, change your life. I didn't understand that 15 years ago. Now I do. So maybe many of you are familiar with this movie, especially if you have children. Maybe you saw this movie Inside Out, the first one. The second one is actually coming out really soon. I'm a cinema lover, that's why I know. I found out that yesterday because I was actually watching a movie with my son. And this gave me the idea to talk about this, because this is a perfect example. This movie is really good, by the way. If you haven't seen part number 1, go and watch it, because it's really interesting. Joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust have been running a successful operation by all accounts. This is talking about the movie, right? But guess what? In this movie, Inside Out, that, as I said, is coming soon, the new emotion is actually anxiety. And guess what? Depression and anxiety have been on the rise since the pandemic, sadly. And I can tell you, because I've seen the last 2 years at least, I've seen a lot of people with depression and anxiety. And if we do not understand the root cause, it's very, very hard to get rid of depression or anxiety, or at least diminish it. Okay, so that's part of what we're going to be talking about. So that's why it says, however, when anxiety shows up, they aren't sure how to feel the different emotions. And what I like about this movie is actually giving you those hints that anxiety is carrying a lot of luggage, a big baggage. And most of the things that we experience as adults right now are the experiences that we had when we were younger. From the ages of 0 to 8 years old, all those experiences, all those emotions, all those things that you were hearing your parents told you throughout the years, they do have an effect on you, for the good or for the bad. So once you recognize that, then you can set yourself free to feel more joyful, to feel more happy, to feel accomplished. But you need to understand where all those negative thoughts are coming from. And as I said, it's an interpretation or a representation of the life that we had in the first few years of our lives. The thing is that we are not mature at that age to understand what's going on in our surroundings. Yeah. So once we understand, that's why therapy is so important. And I encourage everyone to take therapy at least once in their lives. So what are your constant thoughts? This is the next slide. What are the constant thoughts that you have on a regular basis? Do you catch yourself sometimes saying, oh, how stupid I am. I look ugly. I look fat. I look this. I look that. Instead of putting the positive thoughts in your mouth, in your mind, you start criticizing yourself. So that's the first thing. In my opinion, as a therapist, as a human being going over many of those things that I'm talking about, when you start changing your thoughts, you really, really impact your life. So what do you think on a regular basis about your body, about your health, and about your life? And even though that I know this and I've been coaching people about this, I'm not perfect and I don't intend to be, obviously, but sometimes I catch myself thinking something negative. And I consider myself being very positive, actually. People that know me are always like, you're really positive. You always find the positive in the negative. And I try to. I think I've always been like this. But as I've learned throughout the years with all the hustles, all the things that I went through, especially during the pandemic, losing my mom, losing many things that I'm not going to go into detail. That's when I realized that the struggles that we have in our lives are lessons. And we cannot stay sad all the time. We cannot be, thinking about all the negative things that could happen. Because if we live our entire lives with fear, it's going to be a very, very unhappy life and unfulfilled. So think about it. Think about if you guys actually have a piece of paper and a pen, much better, because you can start writing some of the things that I'm going to be talking about. So another thing that you can help yourself, especially managing stress, surround yourself with positive people. I already said that, and I will say it again. We are a result of the 5 people we hang out with the most. So be mindful about the people that you hang out with. I only have good, positive friends. Most of the time, I think. Yeah, because that's the people that I want to be surrounded with. That's the people that are happy because I accomplished something. These are the people that lift you up instead of taking you down, you know? So that's the people that I want in my life, aside from my family. Friends are the family that you select. So be mindful about the people that you surround yourselves with. Now, sun exposure is another biggie. It is important. 10 minutes a day. That's it, most days. So only if you go outside for 10 minutes without any sunscreen is good. A lot of sun exposure is not good, obviously. But I'm just talking about how important it is to absorb that vitamin D. Okay? So be mindful about it. Also, a balanced diet. Increase your protein intake. Most days, my favorite breakfast is eggs. Eggs, in my experience, they have most of the best nutrients that your body needs. The egg yolk has vitamin D, vitamin E, many vitamin B. Also has fat, which is very good for our brain. The egg white is only protein, so it's one of the best foods. Now, if you are allergic, like some people are, then find other protein sources. That's why it's so convenient. Sometimes I don't eat it every day, but I eat most days. I will say 3 or 4 times a week, either like a protein shake, a good quality protein shake, or a protein bar. When you are busy, it's not an excuse to have something, you know? So it is important. No eating for a long period of time is also not very good, okay? And increase your water intake and eat good fats. Good fats like avocados, nuts, all those things, and cook with olive oil and avocado oil. Those two are the best, okay? Next slide. So this is me doing Zumba, dance, sing. So your body start producing endorphins, you start feeling better. And then you don't think about eating, right? When you feel good about yourself. So love your body so much that you actually take care of your body and your soul, okay? Dancing, singing is a must. Other suggestions in the next slide, positive mindset. One thing that I recommend, and I coach people because I have programs, the 21-day challenge, the 10-day program, and I coach people about all of this. Not only I give them like a proper type of diet where I'm like, guys, you don't have to follow 100%, but I give you options. I believe in balance. Balancing the 3 different macronutrients, protein, carbs, and good fats. That's what I believe in. I do not believe in crazy diets. But also I coach people about how to have a better and more positive mindset. So having a grateful journal is very, very helpful. Why? Because it will push you, or it will help you realize all the good things that you have in your life that sometimes you don't even think about. We should be grateful every day. We are breathing. I have a house. I have a car. I'm healthy. I have a family. I have a career that I'm passionate about. I'm grateful I can be here and coach many of you. And maybe something that you hear in this session might help you improve the quality of your life. Just be grateful, because we forget about being grateful. Life will not give you the things that you want if you're not grateful first on the things that you already have. Think about it. And positive affirmations. They do work. Trust me, they do work, because I've been using them. I use them with my patients, and they do work. But you cannot say, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, without really feeling it to your core. That's when they don't work. I love myself. I accept myself. I love myself the way I am. You know, tell yourself good things that are positive. Again, get rid of the negative. One thing that I've learned many, many years ago in a workshop that I took before me being a hypnotherapist The coach said, when you realize that you're thinking something negative out of fear, out of anger, don't stay in that thought or emotion a long period of time. Cancel it. Say cancel, cancel, cancel. Cancelado, cancelado, cancelado in Spanish. And it will help you rewire your mind and change that negative thought to a more positive one. I experienced that in my life. That's why it's very important to be more conscious about the thoughts that we have on a regular basis, okay? So cancel, cancel, cancel every time you think a negative thought or something that you don't want in your life. Cancel it right there and then, okay? Another suggestion is take magnesium. This mineral is super important. You can take it at night. It can help you go to sleep and relax better, have a good night's sleep, but also it can help you with digestion. It's different types of magnesium. I'm not gonna get into that. Do some research, buy it because it works. And get a good night's sleep. Most human beings, we need about 6.5 hours to 8 hours of sleep. Now, if you are a kid or you are a teenager, then you need more. You might need 9 or 10 because you're growing, right? But for example, me, recently, I don't know if because I'm getting older, but I've been waking up at 4 in the morning. If I go to bed at 10 and I wake up around 4 or 4:30, that, by the way, it really helps me accomplish many things very early, which is amazing. I feel rested after 6.5 hours. So for me, that works. It might not work for you though. So double check how many hours do you need. But I will say most people need between 6.5 to 8 hours of non-stop sleep, like deep sleep, okay? And try to avoid your phone before going to sleep. Set up the mood to relax. Okay, it's really, really important because if you're relaxed and you sleep properly, then your stress levels and your cortisol levels are not going to be spiking throughout the day. And you're going to have more energy most days. Okay? And that's very important. Having energy is a must because when you have energy, you can accomplish many things, right? Yeah, next slide. So feeling empty, when, where, and why. Identify this. This is really important. Again, as we said before, be careful with emotional emptiness. If you overeat or you do not eat at all because you get busy, you get stressed, it's a very small percentage of the population that due to sadness or stress, they don't eat. But most people overeat when they have those emotions, just so you know. So identify when, where, and why this happens. Write it on a journal. Why am I feeling this way, right? If you did most suggestions that I've been talking about and nothing changes, then go to therapy, guys. It's super important. At least go once in your life. You can come to me. You can come to any of the people that maybe you already know, a psychologist, someone that might help you in the issues that you're struggling right now. So it's very interesting because when I have patients that they have a lack of confidence, when we fix that part and they feel more confident about themselves, they feel empowered, guess what? They start losing the weight. They start shredding the pounds. And it's amazing. When you love yourself, everything changes. That's why it's important to have me time, to take care of your body, to take care of your mind. Next slide. So focus on your goals. What goals do you have? Maybe the goals that I have are not the same of the ones that you have. So don't get too hung up on things like counting calories. This is not what it's all about. I'm not into counting calories. Never. I don't like that. About nutrition, I mean, I study that. My career is based on nutrition science, but I do not believe in counting calories. I do believe in the quality of the foods that we eat, which is different. So menu planning and watching the scale is not about how many pounds you're losing. It's about how you feel. So it might take it might make you lose track of the lifestyle changes you're after. So in fact, being stuck in a food rut can lead to more cravings. So do not exaggerate with diets. Do not go on extreme diets, especially if you don't go to a person that knows about this. So go to an expert, a nutritionist, a registered dietitian, a nutritional psychologist like me. Seek help, okay? Next slide. So make sure that you reward yourself, but not with food. If you did something that you accomplished, let's say you are happy and you feel accomplished because you exercised the whole week and you are like, yay! But do not reward yourself with a cookie or a brownie. Reward yourself, maybe go to a spa day, maybe go to friends. Do something special for you, okay? Read a book, which is really important, okay? So we're out of time. Thank you so much for watching, and this is my information. This is my name, Eliza Stone, and social media, Instagram, Facebook is the same, Eliza Stone B as a boy, and also my website is elizastone.com, and you can also find me in WhatsApp. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.